Chapter 41. Treasure Map. Fat Ziwei and Slim Chongsheng twisted and fought. The clothes were torn from the fight. No one would allow anyone. Suddenly Long Wenyu's voice was heard. "Brother-in-law, you can't dig. This can't be dug. Quickly go. Quickly get away from here." Long Wenyu's voice came down anxiously. "Someone found us." Chang Sheng's eyes glazed over. "Saved. Quick. Come on people. Dig." Ziwei was instantly excited. The two of them laughed excitedly. Then. It was He Yan who kept confronting Gu Hai, taunting again and again about smashing the turtle shell seal. "Smash it, smash it." An excited smile appeared on Ziwei's oily face. Boom. Smashed. Really smashed. Great. Eternal Life also laughed excitedly. The earlier squirming of the two had been forgotten, waiting in excitement at the moment, motionless, maintaining their previous positions, looking at the top seal above with an inner excitement. Boom. Finally, under Shi Yan's hard bombardment, the turtle shell seal exploded with a loud bang. Broken. Saved. And now that the cage had been opened, it was a great pleasure that had never been seen before. That smile gradually lost. But perhaps one is too fat, one is too thin, that smile in the eyes of others. How to look so asterisk. Ah, rascal. Long Wenyu immediately covered her face and turned her back. "Blind my eyes to dead perverts." A cultivator's face stiffened and said. Everyone outside had the urge to wash their eyes. This picture was too beautiful to bear looking at. Shi Yan's face froze. What's going on? Isn't this the faux stone man posing as a turtle shell? How come there's still an underground palace? Why are there two perverts? Where did Gu Hai find the two perverts? "Brother-in-law, let's go, let's go." A great evil feeling, Long Wenyu said eagerly. "No leaving," Quadded the Great King shouted at once. Everyone looked at Gu Hai together. "What's going on? Is this a treasure?" Quadded Great King said in a deep voice. I said, "I don't know, everything. You guys study it yourselves. I'll find it, that's all." Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Quadded Great King frowned as he looked into the middle of that great hall. "What are those two things?" Quadded Great King pointed at Ziwei and Chong Sheng and said, "Dead perverts." The surrounding crowd counted the two below. Ziwei was slightly stunned. "Who are the dead perverts talking about?" "Talking about you, dead pervert. Don't get up yet." Eternal Life glared. "Who are you calling a dead pervert? You're the one who's a dead pervert. Little fellow, I've been putting up with you for a long time. Now that I can go out, I finally don't have to put up with you." Ziwei once again pinched Chongsheng. "I don't have to put up with you either." Chongsheng followed suit and pinched. The two fought suddenly intensely, bare-chested, shrewishly writhing, watching the faces of the 100,000 cultivators in the outside world sink. "Assholes, what are you two still acting?" Shi Yan's eyes glared as he drank. The duo gave a slight lurch and glanced at Shi Yan, following which they twisted their heads and continued to strangle. "Hey Yan." The two twisted and fought more and more fiercely. Then their clothes tore more and more tattered, and they were about to become unclothed. Boom. Hey Yan slapped away. Ah. The two were instantly knocked to the ground. Only then did they notice that there was also an angry crowd. "Kid, what are you doing?" Ziwei glared and shouted angrily. "Yeah, thieving eyes. Not a good thing at first glance." "Ziwei, you recite a poem to him," Chongsheng shouted at once. "No way. He beat up old me. Don't recite it to him." Ziwei glared. "Poetry." The surrounding crowd revealed a puzzled look. "Kid, let me ask you, what's going on with this underground palace? Did Gu Hai ask you guys to make it?" Shi Yan said in a cold voice. Ancient Sea, who is Gu Hai, Everlasting, was puzzled. Still pretending. He Yan glared. Ziwei and Chong Sheng glanced at each other. "Is this person crazy?" Chong Sheng queried. "Keep your voice down. This psychopath's cultivation is relatively high. Handsome men don't suffer. Let's pretend we didn't hear it and go. Ziwei lowered her voice and said to Chongsheng. Chongsheng nodded. Shi Yan, the surrounding cultivators. You lowered your voice so we can't hear you. Handsome man. Just you two perverts. You're still handsome men. He saw Ziwei and Chongsheng quietly walking to the side, wanting to leave the underground palace. The surrounding cultivators once again a burst of speechless. You to douchebags, when we are blind all. Say, what's going on here? Shi Yan glared angrily. We don't know, we really don't know. Eternal Life shook his head and wanted to leave. Gentlemen, you like it here. Take a look for yourselves. I'll leave first. Ziwei instantly smiled and said. The surrounding cultivators, no, the bricks and stones of this palace are mixed together, and looking at the material, it has more than 1,000 years of historical precipitation. This isn't prearranged by Guhai. This was originally an underground palace. Quadded Great King steeply narrowed his eyes. Saying that, he steeply looked towards the duo that was about to leave. The duo seemed to be about to jump out of the deep pit, about to jump out. Want to run? Hey, where to run? What's going on here? Jian probed his hand and steeply flew out to Longwhips. The strength of the lower heavenly palace. Nothing more than that. HMPH, Chongsheng out a cold snort. Lower heavenly palace, and you want to show off in front of me? Not self-important. Watch my Ziwei divine palm. Ziwei also revealed a cold smile as he extended his right hand. When the surrounding crowd heard this, they were on guard. This duo came from a mysterious background, and with such a big mouth, the lower heavenly palace were not even in their sights. How strong should they be then? Hulong. The Ziwei and Chongsheng duo were bound up by two long whips and wrapped up like dumplings in the twinkling of an eye. The crowd of cultivators. Isn't it very powerful? This was caught, Shi Yan, to stupid fools. I blame you for making me so fat that I can't exert any strength. Still blaming me. It's all because of you. You lost my strength too. Ziwei and Chongsheng quarreled. Stop arguing. If you keep arguing, I'll kill you all. Shi Yan glared and roared in depression. It was the biggest headache to meet the two idiots, and communication was especially difficult. Hu, right at this moment, where eternal life was bound, a folded beast skin crashed down. Not good, my drawing, Chongsheng exclaimed. What drawing? Shi Yan was puzzled. The drawing of the beast's skin, which was falling shakily, seemed to be about to unfold on its way down. Seeing that, the drawing was about to unfold, Ziwei instantly showed a look of horror. Don't reveal it, don't. Ziwei's extreme panic. Watching everyone was slightly stunned. A drawing, what's there to be panicked about? Just as Heiyan was puzzled and ready to grab it. Hu, steeply, a black shadow flashed by. But in the nick of time, Guhai's figure moved, and with the fastest speed, he rushed straight down. In an instant, a hand grabbed the beast skin diagram, leaving the drawing unspread. Oh, who tilde. Okay. Ziwei let out a long breath in shock. Guhai, what are you doing? The quadded Great King and the other cultivators glared at once. Before Guhai could say anything, Fat Ziwei was suddenly looking at Guhai gratefully. Kid, you're my regenerative parent. Thank you. Thank you for catching that picture. The crowd looked at Fat Ziwei in confusion. What kind of diagram is this? Shi Yan glared. I drew it, Chongsheng instantly said proudly. You drew it. Who would believe it? You drew it. And that fat guy was so nervous. So nervous. Didn't want the picture to be shown to us. Certainly not. Treasure map. Guhai suddenly laughed softly. Everyone around them had their eyes light up. It was Ziwei and Chongsheng who was suddenly filled with questions. Treasure map? What the hell? Guhai grabbed the diagram and looked at everyone around him. Guhai, give me the diagram. quoted Great King said in a cold voice. Gu Hai, give me the diagram. Give it to me. The faces of the surrounding cultivators were gloomy as they stared together at the treasure map in Gu Hai's hand. That skinny guy drew it. No one believed it. It was a treasure map. Gu Hai was telling the truth. Everyone, this map. I didn't intend to take it, but since the item has been found, isn't it time for us to leave? Gu Hai looked at the crowd and smiled. You can't leave. Shi Yan's eyes glared. It was so hard to lure you to Dragon Pulse City. How can I let you walk away? Shi Yan refused to do so, but the others were indifferent. Find it, that's all. If you leave, just leave. Besides, you're not interested in the treasure. It couldn't be better. Give me the diagram. I'll let you go, quoted Great King said in a deep voice. Thanks, Jail Great King. Unfortunately, I'm still a little worried. In case Jin Zibai comes over, will Jail Great King protect me? Gu Hai laughed. You don't believe me, quoted Great King said in a cold voice. Gentlemen, I don't have a conflict with you all. This time, I borrowed your hands to protect my safety. Gu Hai is grateful, but there is a beginning and an end to everything. How about letting my people go first? After we leave the city, this treasure map, I'll return it to you all. Gu Hai drank loudly. Bastard, a cultivator seemed to be coming over to grab it. Boom. As Gu Hai glared, a large amount of flames emerged from his body, as if he incinerated the treasure map as soon as these 100,000 people made a move. The eyes of the crowd of powerhouses around them glared and stopped. Sima Feng, you guys take when you and go first. Go out of the city. There are people outside the city to meet you. Go. Gu Hai opened his mouth. I'm not leaving. I'll accompany my brother-in-law. Long Wen Yu instantly said stubbornly. When you go. Gu Hai frowned. County Master, let's go out first. It's too dangerous here. Sima Feng advised. No, we are safe. Brother-in-law is not safe. It's dangerous here. I can feel it. It's even more dangerous than last time. I can't leave brother-in-law behind. I'll join him. Long Wen Yu stubbornly said. Long Wen Yu refused to go. Gu Hai frowned slightly. When you listen to me. Happy. Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Happy. The countless cultivators around revealed a bewildered look. At this time, you're still happy. I don't want it, Long Wen Yu stubbornly said. Be happy, Gu Hai said, anxiously. With this treasure map, he himself could escape peacefully, but Long Wen Yu still had a group of people with her, so it would be easy for there to be accidents at that time, so he had to let them go first. Me. Long Wen Yu was annoyed for a while. How did you promise me? Happy, Gu Hai glared. Still happy, the surrounding group of cultivators looked at Gu Hai speechlessly. Happy was the code word set by Gu Hai and Long Wen Yu. As long as Gu Hai said happy, Long Wen Yu must listen to herself. Long Wen Yu was annoyed for a while. Happy. Gu Hai glared at Long Wen Yu. Just go, bad brother-in-law. Long Wen Yu twisted her head in aggravation. Sima Feng, protect Wen Yu. Gu Hai called out. Many thanks, Mr. Gu. Sima Feng answered thankfully. Flipping his hand, he took out the flying boat and persuaded Long Wen Yu to get on it, and all of a sudden, he shot away in the direction of the city gates. Seeing Long Wen Yu leave, Gu Hai was secretly exhaling. After all, it was impossible to run away from under the underground palace, and it would be bad if the treasure map was gone. Moreover, if there was a treasure under the underground palace, why didn't these two perverts take it? Instead, they cared about that treasure map. My patience has a limit, quoted Great King said in a cold voice. Don't come over. Whoever comes over, I'll burn it. Gu Hai said in a deep voice. My painting. It turned out to be so popular. Chong Sheng was stunned as he watched a group of people gawking at his painting. Welcome my ass. All of them are going to kill you later. Ziwei glared. Bullshit. They can't wait to like it. My painting. It's full of vitality. It's a painting of vitality. If you look at it too much, you can live forever. Eternal Life said in a deep voice. Long life my ass. I think it's short life. Ziwei glared and cursed. Gu Hai slowly retreated towards the back, and the cultivators of the four directions all stared at Gu Hai with glaring eyes. Quadded Great King looked at Gu Hai with cold eyes. Seeing that Gu Hai dared to go wild in front of him, he smiled coldly, probed his hand, and gently pinched the spell in his sleeve. Not good, be careful, Fairy Wanna in the crowd steeply shrieked. The ice crystals gathered strength and rushed towards Gu Hai with a bang. However, it was blocked by Fairy Wanna's zither figurine. Boom! With a loud bang, the zither figurine instantly hugged Gu Hai and Fairy Wanna, and was blasted by the ice crystals into a mountain peak. Icy cold instantly filled the four directions, and the mountains and forests in the four directions instantly froze. Ka. Along with the mountain peak where Gu Hai was, it was instantly frozen into an ice mountain. Fairy Wanna and Gu Hai, however, were wrapped within it by the zither figurine, blocking the icy cold strike, only revealing their heads, sealed within the ice mountain. This is, Wuxia said in shock. You have the undying divine flame, and Jail Great King has the undying divine water. We were sealed, but luckily the zither figurine helped us block the too cold strike. Fairy Wanna said bitterly. Ka. It was the zither figurine that wrapped around the duo, but at this moment, dense cracks appeared on its body. The zither figurine is about to be ruined. This is a zither figurine with the strength of the Lower Heavenly Palace, Fairy Wanna said bitterly. Lower Heavenly Palace. Gu Hai's face changed. Finally, he had experienced how powerful Quadded Great King's might was just now. The Chin Terracotta, Gu Hai, and Fairy Wanna were sealed in an ice mountain. That treasure map was the one that was previously dislodged by Gu Hai. It floated out. Everyone's faces changed when Quadded Great King struck out, but in the next moment, they were attracted by the treasure map, and everyone looked over. Gu Hai, you also have today. Ha. This treasure map, mine. Shi Yan rushed up at once. With one hand, he grabbed the treasure map and opened it up. Daring, Quadded Great King's face turned cold. It's over. They've seen your drawing. We're dead. Ziwei's face changed. What's wrong with my painting? Maybe they know how to appreciate it. Chongsheng was instantly unconvinced. You say, later on, when they are all pregnant, what will they do to us? Ziwei despaired.